10 powerful proven ways to get rid of cockroaches and pests for good. According to a study, cockroaches harbor an astounding 181 species of bacteria. These disease-ridden pests pose a serious health risk. If you've ever dealt with cockroaches or other pests, you know how frustrating it may be. I've been there, searching for the best ways to keep these stubborn invaders out of my home. Over time, I've discovered some highly effective methods that not only eliminate these pests but also help prevent them from coming back. In today's video, I'll walk you through 10 powerful ways to get rid of cockroaches and pests for good. These methods are safe, cost-effective, and simple to implement. Also, if you wonder how you should tackle pests safely, watch the video till the end. And remember, if you or someone in your household has a reaction or infection due to pests, it's always best to consult a healthcare provider for appropriate advice and treatment. Now, let's get started. 1. Boric acid, a natural insecticide. Boric acid is a highly effective way to get rid of cockroaches and pests, making it a popular choice in pest control. According to PubMed, this compound is a white, powdery substance derived from boron. It targets insects by affecting their internal systems in a way that's lethal to them but relatively safe for humans when used correctly. When cockroaches or other pests come into contact with boric acid, it clings to their bodies. Once ingested, it acts as a stomach poison, damaging the cockroach's digestive tract and affecting its ability to process food. This disruption leads to starvation, causing the insect to die over a period of time. Boric acid's dehydrating effect is another critical function. When cockroaches walk through boric acid powder, the fine particles damage their waxy exoskeleton, the outer layer that helps them retain moisture. This layer is crucial for their survival, as it prevents dehydration. Boric acid accelerates moisture loss, causing the roach to dry out and die. This multifaceted approach makes boric acid not just a poison but a comprehensive pest control solution. Effectively using boric acid requires precise placement in areas where cockroaches are active. The powder should be applied in a thin, barely visible layer in locations where roaches are likely to travel, such as under appliances, inside cracks and crevices, along baseboards, and behind cabinets. Too much boric acid may deter cockroaches from crossing it, so a light application is key. It's important to keep the area dry because moisture may reduce boric acid's effectiveness and render it harmless to pests. 2. Diatomaceous earth, sharp and deadly. Diatomaceous earth, often referred to as DE, is a natural and highly effective method for getting rid of cockroaches and other pests. ResearchGate confirms that this fine powder is made from the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms called diatoms. When cockroaches and other pests crawl over the DE, the particles in it slice through their waxy outer layer, which serves as their protective barrier. This outer layer is crucial for the insect's survival because it helps retain moisture within their bodies. Once this protective coating is compromised, the insect rapidly loses moisture, leading to severe dehydration. Essentially, diatomaceous earth dries out the cockroach from the outside in, causing it to die within a few days. To use diatomaceous earth effectively, it's crucial to apply it correctly. Sprinkle the powder in a fine layer that is nearly invisible to the naked eye. Applying too much may be counterproductive, because it may deter pests from crossing it. For maximum impact, a light dusting is sufficient. The application should focus on areas where cockroaches are known to hide or travel, such as cracks, crevices, and behind large kitchen appliances. Since DE works best when dry, avoid using it in damp locations, as moisture may render it ineffective by clumping the particles together. 3. Baking soda and sugar mixture, a cockroach bait. Baking soda and sugar mixture is a simple yet highly effective home remedy for getting rid of cockroaches and pests. This method works by using the basic principle of bait and kill, cleverly combining two common household items to attract and eliminate pests. The way this mixture works is straightforward but powerful, making it an excellent solution for those looking to tackle cockroach problems without using harsh chemicals. The key to this remedy lies in the combination of sugar and baking soda, each playing a specific role. Sugar serves as bait, its sweetness attracting cockroaches, who are always seeking carbohydrate-rich food sources. The sugar essentially lures the roaches in, enticing them to consume the mixture without any suspicion. Cockroaches have a strong sense of smell, and sugar's aroma is irresistible to them, making this bait highly effective. Once the cockroach consumes the sugar, it also ingests the baking soda, which is where the real magic happens. Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, reacts with the acids in the cockroach's stomach. This reaction creates carbon dioxide gas, causing a buildup of pressure inside the insect's digestive system. Unlike mammals, cockroaches don't have the ability to burp or release gas easily, so the pressure builds up rapidly, leading to a lethal internal rupture. This process effectively kills the cockroach from the inside out, making it a deadly yet simple method of pest control. In a study with 225 cockroaches, the average killing times of cockroaches were around 55 hours for the baking soda mixture. 4. Essential oils, natural repellents. Cockroaches and pests rely heavily on their sense of smell to locate food, navigate, and communicate with each other. Essential oils interfere with these processes by overloading their sensitive olfactory systems. For instance, peppermint oil contains menthol, which emits a strong, sharp scent that cockroaches find extremely unpleasant. This scent overwhelms the roach's senses, making it difficult for them to locate food or find their way around. It essentially disorients them and forces them to avoid areas treated with the oil. The presence of menthol also acts as a neurotoxin to insects, further deterring them from entering spaces that have been sprayed. According to Forest Ecology and Management, the smell of eucalyptus is overwhelming to pests, and its oily nature makes it difficult for them to navigate treated areas. As the pests come into contact with surfaces coated in the oil, their movements become hindered and their sensory organs are affected, causing them to flee. This oil is especially effective when sprayed around entry points like door frames, windowsills, and cracks where roaches are known to enter. Using essential oils is straightforward. To apply, mix a few drops of the chosen essential oil with water in a spray bottle and apply the mixture to areas where pests are frequently seen, such as kitchen countertops, behind appliances, and along baseboards. The beauty of essential oils is that they're not only effective but also versatile. They may be used in diffusers or soaked into cotton balls. You may also mix them into natural cleaning solutions to create an environment that is hostile to pests but pleasant for humans. 5. Bay leaves, a herb that pests hate. Bay leaves are a simple, natural method for keeping cockroaches and other pests at bay, using their strong aroma as a natural repellent. While bay leaves don't kill cockroaches, they are highly effective in driving these pests away from your living spaces. The secret lies in the compounds found in bay leaves, such as cineol, eugenol, and marcine, which give off a strong scent that is highly unpleasant to cockroaches and many other insects. This scent confuses and overwhelms their sensory systems, making treated areas inhospitable for them. Cockroaches and other pests heavily rely on their sense of smell to find food, communicate, and navigate their surroundings. Placing bay leaves in areas where pests are active disrupts these essential behaviors and drives them away. Cockroaches are especially sensitive to strong, pungent smells, and the compounds in bay leaves irritate their sensitive sensory receptors, effectively keeping them out of the areas where the leaves are present. This is why bay leaves are often recommended for use in pantries, kitchen drawers, cupboards, and other areas where food is stored. By placing bay leaves in these locations, you create a natural barrier that pests are reluctant to cross. A laboratory experiment was conducted by Applied and Natural Science. The results showed that bay leaf oil, its fractions, and isolated compounds work effectively against stored grain pests of wheat. 6. Neem oil, the insecticide from nature. Derived from the seeds of the neem tree, neem oil contains several active compounds, with azadirachtin being the most potent when it comes to pest control. When cockroaches come into contact with neem oil, either by direct spraying or through treated surfaces, azadirachtin interferes with their hormonal systems. This disruption affects the insect's molting process, which is critical for their growth and development. By hindering molting, neem oil effectively stunts their growth, preventing young roaches from maturing into adults capable of reproduction. This process gradually reduces the population over time, as fewer adult roaches are able to lay eggs and sustain the infestation. According to PubMed, neem oil also acts as an anti-fedant, which means it makes treated areas unappealing as food sources for cockroaches. The oil's bitter compounds repel pests, preventing them from eating and reducing their likelihood of remaining in areas treated with neem oil. This disrupts their feeding habits, leading to malnutrition and, eventually, death. The anti-feedant properties are particularly useful for protecting food storage areas, as neem oil creates a natural barrier without contaminating the food itself. 7. Glue traps. Catch them in the act. Glue traps are especially useful for monitoring pest activity. By placing traps in various locations around your home, you may identify the high-traffic areas where cockroaches and other pests are most active. This insight helps you target your pest control efforts more effectively, focusing on spots that need the most attention, like behind kitchen appliances, under sinks, or along baseboards. Monitoring with glue traps gives you a clear picture of how severe the infestation is and may also help you determine whether other control measures are working. Setting up glue traps is simple and doesn't require any special skills or equipment. Most glue traps are pre-baited with scents or attractants that lure roaches to them. These attractants mimic food sources, drawing the pests directly onto the adhesive surface. You may place these traps in discreet locations, like behind appliances, inside cabinets, or under furniture, where cockroaches are known to travel. Positioning the traps along walls or near entry points is particularly effective, as roaches typically stick close to edges when they move. 8. Boric acid and flour dough balls, a deadly snack. Boric acid and flour dough balls are a highly effective home remedy for getting rid of cockroaches and pests by combining the deadly properties of boric acid with the appeal of a food-based bait. This method works by attracting pests with tempting bait and then delivering a fatal dose of boric acid that disrupts their internal systems, leading to their death. It's a simple yet powerful way to tackle roach infestations without relying on commercial insecticides. The dough balls are made using boric acid, flour, sugar, and sometimes a bit of water to create a paste-like consistency that may be easily rolled into small balls. The sugar serves as the primary attractant, drawing cockroaches in with its sweet scent, while the flour acts as a binder that holds the mixture together. Once the cockroach takes the bait, it ingests the boric acid, which is the key ingredient responsible for killing the pest. Boric acid is a stomach poison for roaches. Once ingested, it interferes with their digestive system, effectively shutting it down. Additionally, boric acid affects the insect's nervous system, disrupting nerve signal transmission, which leads to paralysis and ultimately death. 9. Soap and water spray, a quick fix. When you spray a cockroach with a mixture of soap and water, the soap acts by coating the roach's body and clogging its spiracles, which are the tiny openings that insects use to breathe. Cockroaches, like most insects, rely on these spiracles to take in oxygen, and when these are blocked, the roach essentially suffocates. The soap disrupts the surface tension of water, allowing it to spread over the roach's body more effectively, penetrating the spiracles and cutting off their air supply. This causes the roach to die quickly, often within just a few moments after being sprayed. The mechanism is purely physical, meaning there's no need for toxic chemicals or expensive insecticides. The soap doesn't poison the cockroach, it simply disrupts its ability to breathe, leading to death by asphyxiation. This makes soap and water spray an immediate and humane way to kill roaches when you spot them, especially when compared to some slow-acting baits or repellents. It's a beneficial option for those who prefer natural or low-toxicity solutions, as it doesn't involve harmful substances that could linger in your home. 10. Seal entry points. Prevention is key. Cockroaches are incredibly resilient creatures that may squeeze through the smallest of gaps, sometimes as thin as a credit card. They seek out these openings to enter homes in search of food, water, and shelter, especially during changes in weather or when their existing habitats become inhospitable. By sealing entry points, you create a physical barrier that keeps these pests out, effectively preventing infestations before they start. This approach is proactive, focusing on exclusion rather than extermination, which is why it's considered one of the best long-term strategies for pest control. The process of sealing entry points begins with a thorough inspection of your home. This involves looking closely at areas where cockroaches are likely to enter, such as gaps around windows and doors, cracks in the foundation, spaces around pipes, and even small holes in walls where utility lines come in. Once identified, these openings may be sealed using various materials like caulk, weather stripping, steel wool, or expanding foam. Now, let's see how to stay safe while using these methods. Staying safe while using these pest control methods is just as important as getting rid of the pests themselves. Here are some key tips that I keep in mind to ensure I'm protecting myself and my home while tackling cockroaches. 1. Use boric acid with caution. Boric acid is effective but may be harmful if ingested by pets or children. I always place boric acid and any bait mixtures in areas that are out of reach, like under appliances or inside cracks. After handling, I wash my hands thoroughly to avoid accidental contact with food or skin. 2. Proper ventilation with essential oils. Some essential oils, while natural, may be potent and irritating, especially in large quantities. I make sure to use them in well-ventilated areas and keep them away from sensitive areas like my eyes. A patch test on a small area is also a beneficial idea to ensure no allergic reactions occur. 3. Handle diatomaceous earth carefully. When using diatomaceous earth, I wear a mask to avoid inhaling the fine particles, as they may irritate the lungs. Food-grade DE is safe, but it's always best to handle it carefully and avoid breathing it in directly. 4. Seal entry points wisely. Sealing cracks and gaps may involve using caulk, foam, or steel wool. I always wear gloves to protect my hands from sharp edges or harsh chemicals, and I make sure to ventilate the area if I'm using strong-smelling Cellin sealants. 5. Keep traps away from pets and children. Glue traps may catch more than just roaches. I place them in hidden spots where kids and pets can't accidentally come into contact with the sticky surface. 6. Label and store solutions properly. For DIY mixtures like soap and water sprays, I label my spray bottles clearly and store them safely to avoid confusion. I always keep them out of sight to prevent confusion with regular cleaning products. The methods I've shared today aren't just practical tips. They're essential steps that I've found truly make a difference in keeping these dangerous pests out of my space. By putting these strategies into action, I'm taking control and creating a safer environment for myself and my family. Let's stay vigilant together, keep our defenses strong, and never let cockroaches gain the upper hand. And if I ever suspect any signs of infection or reaction from exposure, I know it's important to consult with a healthcare provider to stay on the safe side. Well, viewers, today we learned about some powerful ways to get rid of cockroaches and pests for good. But do you know that there are many signs your body signals when it's in danger? From signs of vitamin E deficiency to signs your farts are smelling deadly. Want to find out more? Watch 9 alarming signs your body is missing vitamin E. Or watch 10 alarming reasons why your farts are smelling deadly. You may watch either or both of them. Will you be using these methods to get rid of cockroaches and pests? Tell us in the comment section.